Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Hedgehog Zone Live. I am Exodus, and I am joined by a co-host here named Paul.
What's up, y'all? It's Paul. Hopefully, everybody's having a great and successful day. How you feeling today, Mr. X?
Pretty good. There's actually a lot of us here today. I also have another co-host here with me right now at this very moment. I hope she is ready. Shalise.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Celeste in the Peace. How's everybody day
Shalise,
been going?
it's been a long time, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
Have you
All
been?
right.
We've been great. Being blessed. That's all I can
Amen
say.
to that, sister. Amen.
And on top of that, we have a guest who is here with us today. And I think I don't know, maybe this is our first time having him here on a weekday instead of a weekend. But everybody, it's Eli.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, Eli? Um, so to clarify, you don't see him at the moment because we weren't sure if he was gonna do the box, but we decided we're gonna do the box. So now he's going to go get the box.
Yes, box
There's
number
the box.
8. As you
Oh,
see,
Whoa.
there it is.
I'm at the location of my storage unit, and yeah,
Yeah, this is
and
live in real time, y'all. This is real time right here.
real time right here. And just to give you all a little sneak peek of my storage room and how cramped it is, just like my room, um, you can see here I got a bunch of stuff, and this is a like a 8x8 storage unit, so like it's kind of like, yeah, I mean, it's 8 feet in, 8 feet tall. So, yeah. But, you
And this
see,
is
I
all
got some
Sonic stuff
boxes
we're talking
here.
about here?
What was that?
This is all Sonic stuff we're talking about here?
All Sonic stuff, literally. And, sneak peek there. I got some boxes there. You may not know what that is. This is a giant Sonic that I got at a fair once.
Yeah, I
You
Oh,
know.
kind
I
of
like
see
that.
the size of it. Um, let's see. You got something there. Who knows? Some Funkos. You never know what could be in there. Some totes of stuff I've shown already, and of course, you got box number 1 that I started with, and box 38.
Also,
Hmm.
wow, there's just like a whole bunch of them. Okay, so what box are you on the show right now? Like you're on
Oh,
like,
number 8. So that'll be this one right here.
so you just have boxes just lined up for like the next year.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Yep.
Well, that's awesome. Oh, see, this answers another question too. I always wondered, like, how do you have room for all of his stuff? And I
He
see
doesn't.
he's using a
No,
storage
as you
unit.
can see, I don't like from here is where I had 3 boxes, and then like stacked up. Yeah, it's filled to the brim, literally. Um, I don't know if I can try to go in there more, but
Woo.
you know, it's there's a lot in here, and if I took everything out, you'll notice how crazy it actually is in here.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay,
That
Yeah,
plush
so
is calling my name. I want that plush.
that plush. I mean, here I'll take it out. Let's see. I tried to put it in a bag,
At least
but the
jealous.
bag didn't fit because I wanted to try to keep it from getting dusty, but it's already kind of dusty. But here we go.
I'm about to quote that little girl from Despicable Me movie. It's so fluffy.
It is fluffy. Yeah, this is Big Sonic right here. Um, yeah, and this was the story where I went to the fair, saw this guy, and I literally just went up to
Uh-oh.
the game person, the person that runs the games. I forgot what you call them. And I was just like, "How much you want for it? How much will it take to take this guy home?" He gave me a price, and I was like, "Okay," because he said that's how much they would have cost you to win just to win this guy. So I was like, okay, I can do that. Instead of playing the games to win, I just pay the price that I would have paid if I would have played the games. So
I think I remember this story.
What
And
game
yeah,
was it?
It was one. It was that one where you toss the ball into the barrel. Barrel. Yeah, yeah.
Excuse me.
But yeah. So that's how I got this guy. And there's also a Knuckles, like a maybe a half size Knuckles of this one somewhere, but I don't know. It's somewhere in here. Yeah. I have no idea. But yeah, so that's it. I'm gonna head back to my house and get this box ready to show y'all later in the show.
Okay. Looking forward to it.
All right.
All right, awesome. That along with the rest of his collections to make this a regular old collections chat. What? Wait a minute. Hold on a second. I just saw that Shalise is missing. What happened?
Yeah. Whoa. Where'd you go, Shalise? Oh my goodness.
Man, everybody in this freaking stream is doing chaos control left and right.
She was just so amazed by my storage unit that she's trying to find it now, and probably take some if she can.
Oh, that makes sense. She did say that Sonic was calling her name. Do you ever sell any of your stuff at some point, like, or does everything just like stay with you? Oh, might be on the road again.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Do you ever sell any of the things that you have, or do you just keep all of it?
So far, I've kept everything. I have not sold one item, but I do plan on selling because obviously I have too much Sonic stuff. But that'll come soon. Don't know when.
Well, so I guess you haven't done it yet, so you wouldn't know. But I was gonna say, is it kind of hard trying to decide what to sell and what to keep?
Oh, definitely, because I look at something and I'm like, I really like that. It's like it's hard to get rid of it, and it's even something that it's not that rare, but it's like I have this, and I really don't want to get rid of it.
Yeah. Well, especially like I can imagine there are certain things that you just won't sell, like the pinball table, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's something I would not sell. Yeah, definitely the bigger items and the rarer items I will not think about selling. But there's a lot of stuff I have like doubles of, even triples of, that I don't need multiple Funko Pops of a Sonic or Tails or something, or anything really, figures, especially like Jack's figures. I have a lot of that I really don't need much. So I will sell soon. It's just I need to find out. I just need to do it because I'm procrastinating on selling, and it's just because I really don't want to let it go.
Yeah, it makes sense. So okay, so what's going on with Shalise, by the way? Just a heads up is, her internet is giving her some issues, and I'm going to assume that's the same thing going for Geo, because we have Geo backstage, kind of sort of, in and out, and Shalise, same situation, except I try to bring her on, so everybody can.
There she is.
Yeah, because everybody misses Shalise in the piece, and then she's not in the piece, and then. Okay, I get the hey Shalise. Do you ever get tired of all the in the piece references that we make over the past 2 years?
No, because it just references what I started myself, the catchphrase and stuff, which I think I'm gonna have to update for season 2. I haven't thought of nothing yet.
Like a piece catchphrase, or just a catchphrase in general?
A new catchphrase might drop the end the piece part because I was just trying to rhyme with my name.
Shalise in One Piece. I don't know.
Definitely not One Piece. No.
And the only time you should mention One Piece is if you're watching the anime.
That's one anime I fell off the train on a long time ago.
Oh,
Is that right?
It lost me at episode 800. I think my in my Hulu, it's on 803.
Wow.
Oh,
Eight
you're,
hundred. Oh my goodness.
yeah. Well, it's One Piece, so I'm not really surprised anymore. But I was gonna say, I'm assuming you mean like you didn't watch all those things and then fall off. It's just that you found out there's that many episodes and you fell off, right?
No, I actually was trying to keep up, and I kept up to episode 803, but then I fell off 'cause I was like, bro, I couldn't take it no more.
You're just
I
like
wanted to watch
It's too
so many
much.
other things.
you're just like
Mhm.
stop.
Find the One Piece already, Jesus Christ!
If Sonic had a show that lasted 800 episodes though, nah.
I would
I,
not. I would watch it all. I would watch it all.
I'm with you. You know
it
what I'm saying?
it
But see,
depends on
here's
the
the thing
show.
though. I would have to. It would have to be one of those things where it comes out and then I'm watching it from start to like I have to be there episode one. Like I can't let it be out for a good little while
Oh,
and then
because you would get
throw it
spoiled,
on
right?
Netflix or Hulu or anything like that and then try to
You-
catch up. Like, nah, I have to be there when it debuts. I gotta watch it from start and just keep going for however long it's going. Like it can't be kind of like how I watch NCIS. It's on Netflix right now up to season I think 15. And Paramount Plus has all the other seasons. Like I like NCIS, you know, but I haven't seen it from season one all the way up until where it is now.
I see what you're saying because it's so long that if you have to catch up to it, it's overwhelming.
Hmm.
And if you start with it, then it doesn't feel like a long series. And once it gets to be a long series, then you're just like, oh wow, this is a lot. Like with the MCU, it started off as
Exactly.
just you didn't know it was going to be this much, but now that it is, it's hard for new people to get into it.
Hmm.
So what about the SMU? I guess is only one movie long, and it's we as far as we know, it's only going up to three movies and one spin-off series or two series that maybe. There's a Knuckles series announced, but there was a Sonic Paramount Plus series announced that was related to the movies, and I don't know if the Knuckles series is that Sonic series they were talking about, and they just didn't specify it revolved around Knuckles, or if it's two different live action series. Like maybe they're probably like short series with long episodes, like 6 episodes or something, like what they do with Star Wars and um, Marvel. But who knows? So we don't know. We could have three Sonic shows coming up: Sonic Prime, Sonic the Hedgehog, and Knuckles.
You know,
Um,
going along with that, the whole series thing, wouldn't it be cool if they took the MCU route and made series of each, beloved Sonic characters, and eventually like have them, like a beginning story, and then go on to have them eventually meet Sonic in, uh, the on Earth, basically. Um, like say you have a chaotic series, and basically it's just them, and then at the end of the series they get introduced into Sonic's world, or same thing for maybe Shadow, or Amy and Cream or something. Just different characters, but different series, and it's just them standalone, and then they go into the Sonic movie universe.
um,
That's fair. But I will say, like, even if it doesn't go that route of where it all comes into play, like, you know, like the MCU does, Chaotix as a standalone series would be great. I would watch that because you don't see too much of SPO Charming and Vector, you know, in the entire Sonic universe. I mean, yeah, they had their own game with Knuckles Chaotix and everything like that, and we saw them briefly in Sonic Heroes, but and Shadow the Hedgehog. But I think
well,
Chaotix has its own series. Look,
little did you know, the live action series of the Chaotix was announced.
Hmm.
I
No,
didn't know that.
I'm just
What's
kidding.
what's this?
This is actually fan art. I'm just kidding. But
But they look so weird in live action. You were right; they look weird.
yeah,
I remember seeing that.
Vector looks weird, but SPO looks good.
um, I said a while back that if because people were saying what if they introduced the Chaotix in the Knuckles series, and I was saying, look, it's not that I don't like the Chaotix. I love the Chaotix. They're cool. seeing them in live action, I always thought would be really creepy because they're the reptilian, and this picture helped me a little bit. Like it's because it's, I mean, obviously it's just a drawing, but um, it kind of gives you an idea of like kind of like what it could look like in live action. If you squint your eyes, it could kind of just look like it is live action.
Mm.
And I'm like, okay, I get it. It just would just look like animated vector, and they would look kind of cartoony, but it would be a little bit creepy, a giant crocodile walking around, and what you would just have to agree to disagree is a B, and and so I think that some of these characters I think can hold their own series. I think that Team Chaotix could like have their own series. I think Shadow could definitely have his own short series with long episodes the way Knuckles does, because it would just all be basically his past, you know, on the arc. That's a whole story right there that they could just do that afterwards as a spin-off. And but do I want it? I honestly, I'm kind of indifferent, because the unlike Marvel, these characters didn't start off on their own and then cross over. They were introduced as part of Sonic's story for the most part. And I don't know. With Marvel, it's different. Like the characters already exist on their own before crossing over. I don't know.
See, the only reason I would like a series like that is just to establish the character instead of just throwing them in the movie and be like, oh hey, it's the Chaotix, and that's it. Like the thing with Sonic movies is that they're getting a lot of new fans of Sonic that were never there before. So I would like that. I mean, not saying it's. I doubt it's going to happen, but if it were, it'd be good just so they can establish these characters before they just throw them into a Sonic movie and just expect everyone to know who and what they are and what they
Well,
represent.
well, if they did introduce them, uh, and they wanted to be like faithful to the games, um, I would imagine that they would introduce them alongside Knuckles, or at the very least, they would introduce them in a regular movie, but like through Knuckles somehow, because they don't actually become Team Chaotix until after that. Like they're just like a ragtag group of characters that come together. So kind of like a Guardians of the Galaxy kind of thing. Oh my gosh, I never made that comparison before. The Team Chaotix are like the Guardians of the Galaxy for the Sonic series.
I can see that.
You got Thor being Vector,
Because
SBO being.
They just need to add a
uh,
couple more pieces.
I'm not saying that they're like the specific characters, but like their group dynamic, that they can be serious, but they're also like really goofy, and that they're like a ragtag team
Yeah,
that
and their
that
their
just
personalities just mix like like the Guardians of the Galaxy. It just mixes and it creates a comedic type of uh, content.
now. I mean, they could do it, I suppose. Yeah, it would be new for Sonic, but they could do like a series of Team Chaotix, Shadow, Silver, Blaze. I guess they all could hold their own short series if they really wanted to do that. But only thing is that it would kind of feel. I think for some characters it would feel a little bit forced, because I don't think it's necessary. It would just be kind of a extra. Well, it is. I guess that depends on their execution. Well, then, while we're on the subject, then, what do you guys think about Sonic 3? We know it's announced. We have no idea what it's about. We don't even know what's going to happen in Sonic 2. But, there's a huge, not, I don't want to say debate or anything, but there's like this huge thing about Sonic 3. Does it have to introduce Shadow, or like with Bionic Fox, it should introduce Metal Sonic and Amy. If it does introduce Metal Sonic and Amy, you think that could also just be complementary to another bigger plot referencing other games? um what I'm asking here is not like what do you think that they will do, but what would you want them to do? I feel like that is a little less limiting of what your answers can be.
Um, I think for me, it's great that there's gonna be a Sonic 3. Oh, and by the way, I'm watching the comments, and Shalise, she's saying her internet's bad, so she's lurking in the comments, y'all. So she'll be the one keeping an eye on that. And I also see Brendan J saying, "Hey, what's up to everybody? Good to be here. Glad to have you, man. Thank you for jumping on the live. And hey, man, share this live with your friends. Share this live with your family. Share it to everybody. Get us out there. So we can get the people on here. We love talking to y'all. We love interacting with y'all. So keep it coming, man. But
Yeah.
back to my statement. Um, I'm happy that they confirmed the Sonic 3. I didn't even realize it, when they did up until you just told me. So I'm already excited for it. If they are going to introduce villains, as you say, whether it be Metal Sonic or Shadow or delve into those type of things, I gotta see Metal Sonic. Like you have to, because of all the bosses, of course, Shadow was supposed to be the evil version of Sonic, but before you had him, you had Metal Sonic. And he was always proclaimed to be the real Sonic. And Dr. Robotnik created Metal Sonic in Sonic's likeness. So he could have his own Sonic the Hedgehog. So if there's going to be a master villain, it has to be Metal Sonic. I wouldn't want to see Shadow until comes out, if they do like a 4 or 5 or 6 kind of thing. And even if Shadow does come, he has to be solely a villain, not a villain that becomes a hero later. He has to be solely a villain.
I totally agree.
Am I coming here?
Nope.
Am I coming in?
Hey, Gio, hear us?
Can anyone hear me?
Hello. We can hear you. However, well, you are censored by
Thanks.
the.
Sorry, I was having computer issues. Hi.
Hello, Gio. So yes, everybody, Gio, who's usually in the comments, very faithful, is here on the stream today, and you can be too. So make sure to always like, subscribe, and check out our videos when we're live streaming and join the conversation. Join the conversation
Yeah,
anyways.
I know. I'm usually in the comments,
chat.
but
It's good to see you on the live, my man.
Just a heads up, I think Gio is also having some connection issues too, because he's been here the whole time, but on and off. And I added him now because he said that he was ready, but he looks frozen again. So it's if you're stuck backstage at any point, Gio, and I don't add you on, it's not purposefully to keep you off. It's you keep getting frozen, and I don't want you to feel like you're stuck here the whole time, unable to say anything.
I can hear him.
Yeah, okay, I heard you. Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I'm just having issues here on my end.
You better.
I think I got everything worked out. So
better stop playing, Gio, before Uganda Knuckles shows up.
Not much, just.
Uh-oh.
Actually, I think you're the only one that's breaking up on me.
Oh, really?
Oh, he's the one breaking up on us.
Oh, no.
Well, if he doesn't get to say anything, at the very least, he gets the first row seat to the conversation. He gets to hear us a whole 2 seconds before everybody else.
I got this. Fixed.
So they said he doesn't need to jump too far just yet. I mean, Sonic 2 is just the covering of Sonic 2, 3, and Knuckles. And Sonic Adventure 2, Shalise, if you count some of the little tidbits.
That's kind of my thing is yeah, exactly. They don't need to jump too far. What I want them to do is, yes, come out with Metal Sonic, because everyone wants, I mean, not everyone, but I feel like a lot of people want Shadow. But I feel like if you're going to introduce Shadow, that's where you have to introduce Ruse. You have to introduce Amy already. You have to introduce all these other characters. I mean, not necessarily, you don't have to, but
You
I feel
would,
like you have to have more characters involved that may be overwhelming to, the newer fans versus just having Metal Sonic come out because, yeah, they're already used to Robotnik creating robots slash badniks, and now he's making his arguably best robot slash badnik.
yeah.
And then after, the eventual defeat of Metal Sonic, then that's when he'll be like, yeah, it's time to go a bit further and create something that will challenge Sonic.
So, I think that too. I think Metal Sonic would make more sense first, just because so far the movie seemed to really cater to classic fans, and I think clearly they want to cater to like all fans in general, but they want to cater to the classic fans in terms of like how the story starts, and they want to cover as many, like, if you have a lot of things in the series that have so much potential, you're gonna want to use all of it. You're not gonna want to skip something and then be like, we could have made a movie out of that, and then still made a movie out of this later, and that's more movies, more money, more
Definitely.
characters, more fans. Like I would
Mhm.
definitely that's what I would do. Shadow showed up. I mean, they could make a movie with Shadow next. It doesn't have to be the same as the games, but everyone who knows Shadow is just gonna be weird. Like the whole point of Shadow is he looks like Sonic, arguably, and that's not gonna really matter if no one knows who Sonic is. If Sonic doesn't even have that many friends to begin with to confuse the two and be like, wait a minute, you're not Sonic at all. I know Sonic, you ain't Sonic.
Mhm.
The public, it makes more sense to mistake Shadow for Sonic because they will have, if Sonic, let's say he becomes more known to the world, like that episode in Sonic X where like everyone's like whoa, there's this weird big blue hedgehog thing saving the world, and now everybody knows who Sonic is. I want that moment to happen in the movies at some point because I'm tired of Sonic being a secret. Like I didn't grow up with Sonic being a secret, This ain't Ninja Turtles, and eventually the world's gonna find out about him. I can't tell if the town knows about Sonic because at the end of the first movie, everyone was there and they kind of just accepted whatever was going on. And then in the second movie, like when Tom saves Sonic in that trailer and they appear at the wedding, I don't know how weird that is for everyone at the wedding. Like when they see Sonic and Tails, does everyone freak out, or do they all know about him already? You know, and I don't know how much of the world will know about Sonic by the end of the second movie, but I would imagine that a good amount of people will have to know about Sonic by the time Shadow arrives, in order to frame him in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a good point. And, that's where they can kind of subtly come out with that if they come out with Metal Sonic in the third movie. Um, and Yeah, I mean, I just think that that's something they should do because I'm sure they're already subtly introducing Gun into the picture, and if they do the Metal Sonic route, then obviously they're going to have a fight somewhere in the city, somewhere public, and then you're going to have the media there, you're going to have a GUN. Um, uh, Having some involvement in it, and then after that, that's when Sonic's going to be known pretty much worldwide, because I'm sure with Green Hills, the city may only know them and accept them just because he protected one of their own. It's one of those types of deals where oh, you protect one of ours, then you're one of us.
Yeah, a small town kind of vibe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then after, like, say here in the second movie, you see Sonic going out into the city, driving a SWAT truck, and just getting involved in different things. And some people may know of his existence, but it won't be fully known until, say, later in the movie, and then hopefully in the third movie, then people will really know who Sonic is and what he represents.
So real quick, Jeffrey Wright, I thought I'd share some good news too. My boss rearranged my schedule so I can see Sonic 2 at AMC's advanced showing on the 6th. I have an awesome boss. Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
First, because I can't think of any boss that will just let me do that. I have to tell him, hey, I'll be busy that day. And I'm like, okay,
And
but
if there's anybody else, and if there's anybody to everybody out there that's watching right now, if you are also going to see Sonic 2 on April the 6th at AMC for their early screening, let us know. Okay, we want to see because I'm gonna go see it on the 6th as well. So I didn't have to ask my boss or anything because I already requested that day off anyway. So
I'll be seeing it on the 6th as well, and
Yeah, like
I'll be doing a live stream on that day. Non spoiler talks, and then maybe kind of go into spoilers at the end. And if anyone who hasn't seen the movie at that point, you can just leave. And at that point, we might have 0 viewers by that point. Who knows? But um, or just one viewer. But it's like, hey, here's some spoilies. But don't watch this part if you haven't seen the movie or if you care about spoilers. Then, of course, we'll do another one later when more Hedgehog Zone members have seen the movie and we could talk about it more. Again, starting off with non spoilers in case anyone hasn't seen it, and then talk about spoilers in the second half for the viewers who have. Um, Now back to Sonic 3 and Metal Sonic. Luis says, I'll continue to say it. Metal Sonic should have a major role in Sonic 3. We need an epic battle. Maybe have a Metal Sonic battle in like a Sonic CD. Wait, what? Like in Sonic. Sorry, in like a Sonic CD. Like in Sonic CD, somewhere at the beginning and at the end, have Sonic Heroes final battle. Oh, so yeah, but
I'm with that.
well, you know, along with that, I just thought of an idea with what Luis just said. So, we're talking about Sonic being more known, and at this point, we know Jim Carrey's Robotnik is more of a showman, right? Like he wants people to not really to see him, but he's very he's has a lot of antics with his stuff, and he's very into himself and all that. So what if, like, to be true to Sonic CD, that say like one of the final battles in the third movie would be Sonic and Metal Sonic racing, but Robotnik makes it like a public thing, like, hey, the fastest thing alive versus the fastest robot alive, and it's this whole big media thing, like, and think of it like Sonic X with when he's racing down the highway with I can't think of the name right now, with Chris's older brother. um Even though, like, that wasn't public, didn't they have a
his
later
uncle.
episode where was it his uncle?
Yeah,
Okay, but yeah, later in the show, didn't they have a public race?
yeah, they did.
Yeah, so what if they did something like that, a public race where Robotnik just is trying to show off his robot, and Sonic and Metal Sonic have their infamous race, and then somewhere towards the end, Robotnik foils Sonic's race, and then it's just a big battle, and then that's where everything happens in front of everybody because it's televised.
If you're gonna do it like that, Eli, if I may, if you're gonna do it like that, it needs to look like how Sonic and Shadow had their last one-on-one in Sonic Adventure 2. It should
Mhm.
look like that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I can see that. Um, and I
Uh,
just think that that'd be a better way to, because they're already changing the story for, you know I guess I could say modern audiences, not for non-Sonic fans. So that would be some way to relate it, like, oh, it's this big race, and stuff like that, just for people to be into the movie. Even though it's not truly like, you know game canon, where they just raced to save Amy, but I feel like they might change it a bit just to appease to the adult audience, or audience that are not normally Sonic fans.
I would think that yeah, it would most realistically be it would be like a pseudo race. I think is what would happen. More like Sonic Colors Rise of the Wisps, where like there's specifically an objective that they both have that happens to have the same finish line, and they both are literally racing to it because they have to, versus like them racing just to race. Because in Sonic CD, like they just did that to be kind of like a little boss race thing, and there wasn't really a purpose. Metal Sonic like has like no purpose in Sonic CD. You could take them out and everything would be the same. Really, you don't even need Amy in Sonic CD. So that's my biggest issue with saying that we need to introduce Metal and Amy because of Sonic CD, and it's like this. The whole game is inconsequential to the rest of the story, but you would have to assume that the movies are going to have an original story anyways, and might even like this movie Sonic 2 has like little tricklets of Sonic Adventure in it, right? Like just tiny, and you don't know what other nods to Sonic Adventure or Sonic 3D Blast or Sonic R might be in the third movie alongside introducing Metal Sonic. I like he could be the main threat, but he might not be the main plot. You know what I mean? Because
Mm-hmm.
they could do it if they wanted to. I mean, Sonic OVA. I mean, I guess it didn't really matter what the story was, but and it worked enough to entertain people at least.
Yeah.
I don't know, but the only issue I have is I feel like the quill that Robotnik has clearly gives an opening for Metal Sonic to be created, and then Gun being introduced clearly shows an opening for Shadow to be introduced. And I wouldn't want them to do Metal Sonic and then do Shadow, and have Shadow feel like by the time you get to Shadow, it would feel repetitive. Or you get Knuckles, Metal Sonic, and then Shadow, and it's like, okay, so basically you're just finding something that's like Sonic in one way or another, and making Sonic fight it, and eventually that will get repetitive. So they would have to find a way to mix it up, and that's the reason why I would think that Metal Sonic wouldn't be like the main plot when he shows up. He would be like in Sonic CD, more like a weapon um, assisting the main plot, whatever the main plot is. I also wouldn't do Metal Sonic and Shadow in the same movie. That would be the only way you could do that is if is after their
Too much.
introduction. When you do Sonic Heroes, then you can have them in the same movie.
See, no, I'm with you.
If we ever get that far.
If we do get that far, but see, you gotta have Metal Sonic all the way until you're saying like you gotta have Metal Sonic, and you have a stretch for a little bit where you have nothing, and then you have Shadow. Like, cause see, Metal Sonic, he's more so the iconic villain. Cause here's the thing. Shadow was supposed to be what Metal Sonic was. You know what I'm saying? He was created to be a villain, and he was a villain through and through. The thing that a lot of people don't realize is Shadow was marketed. He was created, right? Marketed to be a villain. You could play him as the villain, the bad guy, but then he later becomes good. You know what I'm saying? That and that's the difference. You know, and that's why I said earlier, if you're gonna have Shadow in the series at some point, it doesn't even matter. Okay, he has to be strictly a villain. You know what I'm saying? I don't want too many stories. Well, Knuckles is kind of the exception. You know, as you said, you know, it can get repetitive. The only way you could really market Knuckles is if he was a bad guy first, and then later sees that he was easily tricked. You know what I'm saying? Into working for Robotnik.
Okay. I think we need to kind of like adjust our language here though, because I just thought of something, and I hear people say this a lot about Knuckles being easily tricked. Where did the easily part come in? Like, he was tricked. That doesn't mean he was easily tricked.
Okay,
like,
yeah, you're right. You're right. Houston, if you're watching this, you can slap me later. Okay, but
I think that might be the point of like Sonic X, where he's like tricked every other second. Like, you can have a little jar full of money for every time Knuckles gets tricked. Like, here's $1 for every time Knuckles gets tricked. Like that.
In
Sonic, load, and you have like 5 rows.
I liked Sonic X a lot, but I blame Sonic X so much for like the shift in portrayal of the characters, because after that in the games they changed how they portrayed him to be more like Sonic X, where Amy was just always angry, Shadow was an edge lord, Big the Cat was just stupid. Knuckles is a dummy, and yeah, he gets easily tricked in Sonic X. And I'm like, oh yeah, but in the games he wasn't really easily tricked. Eggman was manipulative as heck, and there was things around him that made it believable, you know. And in the movie, you know, I think that Knuckles comes off as a little more competent. Maybe I think they're gonna portray him as like overly serious, where he doesn't get jokes a little bit, but I don't think he's gonna be stupid.
Yeah, I get
And
that kind of vibe.
like there's reasons for in the I get the vibe in the movie that there's reasons for Knuckles to believe that Sonic is his enemy. You know, I just the only thing I don't get in the games, I could see Knuckles not suspecting Robotnik as a villain, because in the games Robotnik doesn't inherently look evil, but in the movie Jim Carrey's Robotnik, the more faithful he looks as the character, the more I'm like, yeah, that guy is kind of sus. You know, I'm like, I would not trust that guy. Look at his face.
Yeah, the giant mustache. Ooh, it looks suspicious.
But it's the way they did the mustache too. It's just he is.
Yeah, he's
I
just
don't know.
gone.
And the way he acts too, he's not subtle at all. In the games, you know, Robotnik is always kind of like begging for his life and stuff and crying and whatever. And in the movie, I I can't imagine him doing that in a way that you can actually believe. So I don't know. I actually really wonder how their first interaction will be. That's really gonna be fun to see. It might be like the drawing I was doing. My drawing
Please
might
just
be more
ask the
relevant.
question for you ask in the comments.
So are you saying you want them to break away from the classic Sonic plotline and merge over to Sonic more epic bosses like Mephiles, Chaos, and many more? Wait, I don't know if I said that.
Mm.
Now,
Well, it could be a
I
little
think
bit
that based on the
tricky.
premise of what you're saying, that's the route you were going.
So
Which part?
Just how everything is gonna try to shake out with how the villains.
You know what? Why the heck not? If they can make it that far, let's get some Mephiles and Chaos in there and some dark Gaias.
Netflix needs to have. I would say if you're gonna do that, it needs to be a standalone. You know what I'm saying?
Like okay,
I think because we talked earlier in the pre-show, there's certain things that you can market in the Sonic universe that would be better as standalone, not in the general movies. Like it's like, for example, look at the Fast and Furious series, right? There are plenty of Fast and Furious. I think we're up to 9 now, and there were other Fast and Furious movies that were under the umbrella, but they weren't a part of the main story.
Really?
Yeah,
Tokyo Drift.
That wasn't part of the main story?
Nope.
I didn't keep up enough to know that. I thought it was part of the main line.
No.
To be fair, they kind of like
it had a whole different cast. You know what I'm saying? It took place in Japan. Well, it was filmed in America. Well, there were some things that were filmed in America, but the whole the plot, like the main course, the meat of the story, happened in Japan.
Yeah.
None of it had to do with any previous characters.
Nope.
But see, that's the thing too, is I thought that the current cast in general were just totally different from the original cast anyways.
Well, they've mixed and matched over the years. Of course, Vin Diesel and Paul Walker being the main two, rest in peace, Paul Walker. But over the years, we've seen it grow and grow and grow, and like I said, I think we're at number 9 now. I kind of lost track after Paul Walker passed away. God bless him.
Yeah, we're up to 9. I think they're making a 10th. Let me check.
Yeah. Okay. I had a teacher in film school, who was actually the producer of the first movie in that series, and it's funny because I'm sure like a lot of people would disagree with him, or maybe not anymore. But at the time that he said it, I'm sure people would have disagreed with him. But he always said that he thought that it was a movie that just didn't need to be made. At least it got a laugh out of everyone. But it was like, well, yeah, he might be right. But Sonic, I can see Sonic going up that far. But I think that maybe I and this kind of pertains to what Luis is saying here too. He says, "I have a feeling we won't see Shadow at all in the movies unless there's a Sonic 4, but I think they're just gonna do 3. Hopefully, I'm wrong though. I think that they currently plan to just do 3, but they're playing it by ear, and if depending on how well it does, that they intend to do more after that. And like I get the impression that like Jeff Fowler for sure would want to go further into the storylines, like what Shalice is saying. I think he would want to eventually show Chaos. He would want to show like Silver at some point, um, maybe. And even if they don't do it in like the live action movies, maybe like Paul is saying, they could do like standalone movies. I think like if they ever did Sonic Unleashed, for example, they could do an animated Sonic movie. Does it tie into the storyline from the live action movies? You'll never know because it's just its own story. But they could do, now that they have a series of live action Sonic movies, they could go ahead and do a CGI animated Sonic movie like everyone originally thought would happen someday. And you get the best of both worlds there, you know? And you can do more wacky stuff with it. Because I don't see them not ever doing an animated Sonic movie. It's Sonic, you know?
Yeah, Sonic and yeah, Axe, you know what I'm saying? We were talking pre-show. Sonic Unleashed as an animated series or even an anime will look awesome.
As an anime. Oh.
As an look as an animation movie,
Oh
as
yeah,
a
definitely would look
movie,
awesome.
or as an anime, that will look amazing. In my opinion, y'all can like give me your thoughts on that, please.
One thing is that yes, it would be amazing and it would be awesome to see it, but they cannot go mainstream with that. Like if they try to just make that into the movie theaters, I don't think it would be as successful because obviously, the public eye, live action movies, CGI characters, it caters more to kids, at least in the worldwide standpoint of audiences versus just an animated movie. Because the animated movie, most people that would watch that is dedicated Sonic fans, not just like, oh hey, hey, did you hear about that Sonic movie coming out? Yeah, let's go see it. I feel like just think about the success that the Sonic movie has had, and what if it was just animated? I don't think a lot of people would have seen it.
When you say animated, though, are you talking about like what Paul said as an anime, or
Yes.
okay? Because whenever I said animated, I was also referring to like like what they're doing with the Mario movie. Well, I don't even know how good the Mario movie would be, but the Mario movie is being animated by Illumination, the ones who did Despicable Me and stuff like that. And so I'm talking about like an actual CGI animated Sonic movie because when you see Sonic Unleashed and the first cutscene pops off, right? It looks almost like Pixar got a contract to do a Sonic movie, and this is the Sonic movie. And I'm thinking if they did a whole movie like that opening of Sonic Unleashed, then I can see that doing pretty well, especially if they get the right studio to make the movie, and that studio has a high reputation.
Yeah, I could definitely see that happening. Yeah.
I got no complaints.
Yeah, I would see. Look, if Mephiles showed up though, I don't see Mephiles ever coming back in anything ever. But if he did, um, I would like. It would be kind of cool if they mixed it up. Like, don't do Sonic 06 necessarily, but use the character Mephiles, and then maybe make him kind of like a Thanos kind of thing, where
Yes.
it's a villain you
Yes.
work your way up to.
I am 100% that.
So he could actually appear more than once until he's the main threat that you face, because he was kind of behind the scenes a lot anyways until you fight him directly. And I don't know, just do something. You can do anything creative that would get fans excited.
So
And the thing about bringing all these characters that were in previous games, I feel like the cinematic universe could just do them so much better. They could introduce them better than they were in the game. So to say Mephiles for whatever reason, way down the future, Infinite or something, they could actually do right with these characters instead of just having them.
Yeah, you're right,
bro. You just read my mind, like seriously. And I was thinking, and I was kind of getting ready to jokingly ask y'all, like, who would you take in a battle, Mephiles or Infinite? You know what I'm saying? I love Infinite as a villain. Like he could, like, seriously, like, give him his own anime standalone or anime. Like do you do whatever you want. I love Infinite.
he needs it.
What'd you say?
Characters, I think he's the one who would actually need it. Infinite, he needs it. Like having his own like series or anime or whatever. Like, I feel like because the games did him dirty. Like, I'm one of those people who I side with everyone who criticizes Infinite and thinks he's a whiny baby, and at the same time, I'm one of those people who also likes Infinite. Like, he's not like Zavok or whatever. Like, Infinite is a cool concept. He sounds cool. He looks cool. He has cool abilities, but they did him dirty, And I don't think I should judge the character poorly because of the game he was introduced in, because you have characters who were introduced in great games and now they suck because of games later. So you could have characters introduced in bad games or mediocre games and then be great later. I would like to see Infinite in a movie or series or something. That would be kind of cool.
So I guess we're all on board the Infinite train, and I am loving it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a show already.
Now I have a question for you, Paul, because you touched on Shadow, and going back to Shadow, about him being solely a villain and eventually turning into a good guy. Now, the question I have is, so if you want that, are you saying you want to exclude all of the Gerald Robotnik, Maria Robotnik storylines? Because that's what kind of made him eventually become good because of that.
Return to being good. He was always good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He was marketed as the bad guy because we didn't know the real Shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was basically one of those things where they made us judge him by his appearance and be like, oh, he looks evil, so he's gonna be the Dark Sonic, and then you find out he's actually not a bad guy at all. He's just hurt,
Mm-hmm.
And
still the Dark Sonic, but
okay. So
but if you want him to solely be a villain, and even if you don't exclude that, are you wanting him to basically, like, in the end, just, I wouldn't say ignore, but just just eliminate that in his mind about things that Gerald and Maria wanted?
I mean, Sonic Boom.
No, I got an answer for that. I got an answer for it, and let me get it out while I'm thinking about it. So here's the thing with Maria, and you bring up a very excellent point. I would not eliminate the storyline totally, because even in Sonic Adventure 2 and Shadow the Hedgehog, we see clips of what happened with Maria. I have no problem introducing Maria as part of the story, but here's the kicker. What is the one common denominator in every time Shadow has been in a game? It's always something with his memory, right? Because he would always have flashbacks going to Maria and what happened on the Ark, right? So what if you could have that situation where he is the bad guy, right? And then he sees what happens, and he remembers what happens, but something happens again where he permanently loses his memory, and he remembers absolutely nothing. And then he goes back to being the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? With no memory, like he just restarted. It doesn't make sense coming from me directly. I hope you see where I'm going with this, because he becomes good, like in the general term, like where we are now, he becomes good, right? But the way that they marketed him originally, yet now that we know the story, I think back to the X-Men Origins Wolverine story, where
I was thinking that too.
Yeah, where Logan, he saves the kids and everything like that, but then pop right in the head, and it gets him right in the memory because he wakes up, doesn't remember a damn thing, and then he goes on his own way. Does that make any kind of sense, Eli?
Yes. No, yeah, it does. It does. You know, and I don't know. I just feel like, in my opinion, I would want it to eventually become a good story, because if you keep him as a villain, he's just going to be a reoccurring villain. And this is assuming the Sonic movies are going to go on for 9-10 movies. But is he just going to become a reoccurring villain? Is he going to be next to Robotnik? Is he just going to be his own? Type,
I wouldn't mind seeing him as a recurring villain. Because they match up quite nicely. Now, is he better than Metal Sonic? No, but he's that one constant person that is always against you. It's like big brother, little brother. You know what I'm saying? Y'all bring out the best of each other. Y'all always fighting each other. Y'all always around each other. You hate each other, but you want that kind of competitive energy. You know what I'm saying? But just between them, it's because it's just fluid between them. Whereas you have Metal Sonic, who was just like, rah, rah, rah. It's just me and nobody else. Screw everybody. But what I like about Sonic and Shadow is they're always trying to prove each other right, but they don't try to overpower each other at the same time. It's like, it's friendly. It's always that balancing competition that I like, between them. And for me, Shadow is better played as a villain as opposed to being a hero. Even though he becomes a hero, you know what I'm saying? I like him there, but he's better here.
Interesting. I never thought of about it that way.
Because here's the thing, and I just thought about this. Metal Sonic, if you go back to Sonic Heroes, he screwed over Eggman. Okay? Because Metal Sonic is the type of dude who's like, oh, screw everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to take over and I'm going to be the greatest. You know what I'm saying? Because if you recall, when Team Chaotix rescued him, they was like, who was it? Who locked you in here for trying to conquer the world? It was Metal Sonic. So Metal Sonic just wants to take over. Whereas you have Shadow, he's like, you know what? It's like you're my challenger. It's like in sports, they say find the person that wants to take you down. Like he's like the rival. It's like, I want to keep challenging you because I want to be better than you, but I want you to keep coming after me as well. Does that make any kind of sense? I know I'm talking too much.
It does. It does.
Yeah, all I got out of it was like similar to Vegeta from Dragon Ball. Kind of like
Perfect.
that.
Perfect example. There you go.
Okay. Well.
Okay. Yeah. No, I get that. Yeah, if it's just like Vegeta.
I was gonna say, I never really necessarily liked or agreed with the idea of just keeping Shadow a villain, though, because I like his story so much already in SA2, and it's kind of he's the one who actually, like, unlike Knuckles, Shadow doesn't chuckle, but and that's actually true, but Knuckles was okay. So Knuckles definitely was never a villain, right? He's more like Silver, where he's a good guy, and he's fighting for good the entire time. He's just an opponent. Where Shadow is technically, like, he was already a good guy, but something happened, and so now he's actually trying to get revenge. He knows he's trying to do something bad, so he technically is a villain in that moment. Um, but the thing is that he has like a redemption basically. He's the first character to have a redemption like that, besides Gamma, I guess. But um, I I wouldn't want to sacrifice that redemption arc. But if they did want to keep him a villain, I don't think you would have to scrap Maria and Gerald. The Maria and Gerald thing could, I mean, because Gerald never turned good. He went through the same thing, and he stayed bad until he died. And Shadow, I mean, for him that could just be his origin story, just like, oh, this is my sob story, and now you can all die. And that's how a lot of villains turn out, right? They have sad backstories, and then now they're bad. But
yeah, that is true.
The only thing is that in the movies, how would they even do Gerald and Maria in the first place? First, you have to work out. Okay, well, there's the two worlds thing. Did Gerald go to the other world and come back, or something? Like, how does he know about all this? Is Shadow still actually based on Sonic from a mural, or according to a theory, or is it complete coincidence? Did they build Shadow 50 years ago still, or would they do something new where Shadow is created by the military now to fight Sonic because they think Sonic's out of control or something? Like, how would they change it up? Are they willing to say that the military shot a sick 12-year-old girl? I don't think that they would go that far, which is weird because if you think about it, it's no darker than anything Disney's ever done. But I mean, in Disney, you have a guy trying to kill this innocent man living in the jungle, and then he accidentally hangs himself. So we forget about stuff like that.
The route I think they would take
during the good old days.
The route I think they would take is so basically kind of the same thing. Jim Carrey's Robotnik, his father ended up coming across a ring that sent him in a portal through to Sonic's world, but there he met Sonic's mother, pretty much, the owl, but basically met her and then met baby Sonic and kind of took that and maybe got a bit of DNA and then took it back to his own world.
So he's now he's actually a clone of Sonic.
Pretty much, literally. You could do it like that because I'm just trying to think of more, where the general public would understand versus like the games, obviously what we know, but make it more just easier because again the movies are trying to appease all audiences. That would just be kind of an easier route. And then he has Maria who biologically Shadow, and then they grow up, become best friends, and the way Maria might die is probably like a sickness or something like that, and she instead of her getting shot by the military. But basically go that route if you wanted to have Gerald in it, have Maria in it, and
I'm okay with the sickness, but it's more compelling. The gunshot is more compelling.
But you're talking about a movie that's PG and
well, yeah,
that's what I was saying too. Is like, would they do it?
I think that's where my dark sense of humor kind of kicks in. But if I'm in a movie and I see that, I'm like, oh, that'll get you know what I mean?
A parent sees that and they're probably like,
I know. I'm sorry, y'all.
Actually,
you know what they could do though? They could do something kind of like with Encanto, and I don't know if you've seen Encanto, but
I haven't.
I'll be vague.
You don't talk about Bruno here. Never talk about Bruno.
I'll be vague, but I had an idea of like how they could kind of sort of do that backstory still in like a modern 2020 something PG kind of way, and they could still imply like that there was a conspiracy and that they tried to capture everyone at the very least. And it could be one of those things where like they're pulling Maria and Shadow, or Maria away from Shadow. Shadow's like in a capsule, right, and pulling her away or something, and she hits the button to like launch them or something. and you don't actually see her ever get killed, but you can just assume like that she was kind of like what they did in Sonic X, where it's like, well, the last time you saw her, she was being pulled away by the military, and while she was trying to protect Shadow, and you don't actually get to say she was killed, but it's kind of like, well, that's the last time he saw her, so that's pretty sad, and he wants revenge for everything that happened there, and later they could even have like the whole Gerald thing pop up and say like that he wants revenge because of her granddaughter's death. Like you word it a certain way to soften the blow. I think that they can still imply things like that without having to up their rating and worry about it being quote unquote too dark. Because here's an example. Would you consider the first movie dark at all? The Sonic movie?
Absolutely not.
No, not at
Okay,
all.
so then they successfully showed Robotnik shooting missiles throughout the city and in the streets at cars and trucks and stuff like that without it being dark, basically.
Mhm.
So they can they have ways to do things that are darker, but portray in a way that doesn't draw your attention to it in that way, so that you can still have that story and not be like, well, this is going to traumatize my kids, you know. Because I thought about that. I'm like, Robotnik is literally shooting missiles in a public street where there are people and cars, and we never heard a word about it. We're so focused on Sonic running that we don't have time to think about it. Like, there not an explosion when Sonic drifted or slid under that truck? I'm like, what happened to the driver?
To be fair, I think that car was kind of automated.
See, you can make whatever excuse you want as long as the kids don't have to think about it. We're good, right?
Yeah, as long as they don't show the consequence.
Yeah, yeah. As long as we show kids bad things without consequences, we're good.
Like, yeah, shoot missiles throughout the city. You know, nothing bad's gonna happen.
At least not to the hero.
Although to be fair, that kind of stuff is kind of like decensored since we got like so many comic book movies where there's just missiles flying around everywhere, energy blast, someone punching a guy in the face.
Well, it's also like, they do that in Sonic Adventure 2 as well, though. The very first stage, you're like snowboarding down the street, and you have the ability to crash into all these cars. We'll just assume that they're empty, but then what about the cars that are actually driving and you crash into them and they just go flying? And whatever. Oops. We don't see. Yeah, exactly. Oops. Oh well.
So
yeah, we didn't see their face. They didn't exist.
Yeah, as long as they don't show consequence, and that's where I think it's hard. Where, you know, say if you had the Maria story, that's where like you can't really show her getting shot because it's you got to show the consequence. But
so you can show her story, you just can't show her getting shot.
And to add on what you said, Ax, like you know, her like you said, like her drifting away or disappearing and no one knowing what happened to her, basically, kind of just leaving everyone in wonder.
They did that in Sonic Adventure 2. I forgot. They never actually implied that she was shot until Sonic X, which even though in Sonic X they kind of tried to like shy away from it. Sonic X is the one where they specifically showed a soldier pointing a gun at her, which I thought was weird for 4 kids to even include. But
they did that in Shadow the Hedgehog 2. But
I mentioned Sonic X. I only mentioned Sonic X because it came first and because it was on 4 kids. But yeah, Shadow the Hedgehog was the one where you actually hear the gunshot. Like, oh, she actually got shot.
But in the Japanese version, you see her get shot.
But in Sonic Adventure 2, they don't tell you what happened. She's weak. Shadow gets dismissed, and later in the game, you find out that she died, and that's exactly what they could do in the movie.
Yeah, but also again, what you said about her disappearing, like say she gets into some like space capsule, or like when they leave the Ark, like she stays up there or something, like
and the Ark blows up.
So say she just goes off wherever, and basically assumed dead. But again, if they do another trilogy and they introduce Shadow, what if at the end Maria somehow comes back and basically Maria will be to Shadow what Maddie is to Sonic or Tom.
I wouldn't say it would be like that necessarily, because if she comes back, well, you're right. It's a movie. They could change the timeline.
Yeah,
I
because
was I
you're
was
talking
gonna
about
say it would be more like Titanic or something. She'll come back as an old lady. Shadow, it's me, Maria. Do you remember me?
yeah, but I just keep thinking of the all audience thing that the movie's going for, and of course that's why they included human characters, because that's it appeases more to all audiences instead of just Sonic fans, and they could do the same say for Shadow if they wanted to do that.
Oh,
What?
I,
I don't know what happened there.
your icon, just flipped on us for a second there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. Sorry about that.
Um. Anyway. Um. Oh, you mentioned something earlier, Gio, about how Gerald could just come across a ring and stumble to Sonic's world temporarily. See, the
I
only
did.
issues. Did I say Gio?
Yeah, you did.
I'm sorry. I was thinking Eli. Eli
It's
said
fine.
that.
Yeah.
I said the wrong name. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's like, wait a minute. You're not Gio. Who are you?
Oh, Eli, they both have an I in it.
Geli. So okay. So, but the issue I have with that, not necessarily you in particular, but just in general, sometimes when we come up with ideas, we don't really like. We think like, oh, here's an idea that could just make it work somehow, and I think that if anything, it would be like when you say like he comes across a ring, I would think, well, how would they do that? Like, is he gonna like find it on the street? Like
Well, think about it this way. So, let me see. Hold on. Sorry, there's. Sorry, I'm choking. Hold on.
time's up, over, blouse, snap back to reality. Oh, there goes.
So basically, think long claw. So she has these portals to these different worlds. How does
She
she
took a
know?
vacation. I got it.
Well, yeah, just say, how does she know what worlds they are? Well, because she visited them. So when she visited Earth, because obviously that was one of the rings, she visited and came across Gerald Robotnik, and that I don't know that Gerald Robotnik discovered her, and then he tried to like capture her somehow and like find more information, and then he followed her back to to her own world, and then that's where he saw Sonic, and I don't know. That's a lot of plot thinking that I would need to think more of.
Yeah, because I kind of find like it's just a few issues, like a few little holes in that. Because one, where do they even get the rings?
Oh, the Sonic characters, or
Yeah, like in the movie, like where do the rings come from? Like, do they have them stashed somewhere? Is there a place where you have to gather them? Are they just littering around everywhere like a dandelion? Like what?
I will be very happy if they somehow come from like a stone that's at the bottom of a lake.
Yes,
There's a reference I wasn't expecting to see.
that would be awesome.
Do you get that reference, Gio, or no?
Nah, it just went over my head.
It's a Sonic Sat AM.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So
Sat
then,
AM.
it really went over my head.
Yeah, in Sat AM, that's how he always gets his power rings. Is that there's like a lake in their forest that has like a weird crystal that generates the rings, and they wait for it, and the ring pops up, and he's like, okay, cool. Now I have a ring stashed that I can use anytime I need to use the boost. So first off, I just want to point out that Sat AM first boost Sonic, but I don't know. It would be kind of weird. It's weird that they even like, how there's always that joke about how does Sonic store all those rings to begin with. I always just thought that rings were just crystallized energy, and that he just absorbs them. And the fact that he needs a bag in the movie I would think like, okay, well, they're warp rings, so they're not going for the energy factor like with Sonic X and Set AM. I so who knows? What if they just never explain the rings? You know,
I mean, they could. I mean, that people would just roll with it.
I'm not saying that they shouldn't. I'm just saying, what if they never do?
Then there
I
will be
don't think anyone would pay attention.
so many theories. So many.
You know, nobody. I mean, back when we weren't sure if there was going to be a sequel to the first movie, nobody questioned the rings or the Echidna tribe or. I guess that's it at the time. But still, no one questioned it. They were just like, oh, you just have these portals to travel. Like, we're over here looking for UFOs, and like, no, they come through rings, stupid.
Well, but then even with the rings, it kind of makes sense because when you look at the original, when you look at the original Sonic game and Sonic 3, you know, they use those big rings to go to other places. Well, in the games, of course, those are your special stages to get the emeralds. But so the rings made sense. The tribe, I still gotta, you know, dissect a little bit, but it makes somewhat kind of sense because I was expecting maybe just a maybe bit like a little baby pinch to see to call. But again, they didn't show her. But I was kind of expecting it, but I'm not disappointed that it didn't happen. Do you understand where I'm going with that?
Yeah, I guess so. I was a little distracted at first because I was just thinking of this weird Avengers Endgame reference in my head, or parody that the Sonic movies can make. You know, I was thinking of the "on your left" line, and then like seeing a ring portal open up and Black Panther comes out,
Oh God.
and just seeing like a bunch of rings open up and all the Sonic heroes come out to fight Mephiles.
Or Infinite?
Well,
I mean,
Mephiles
either
and
way, they're
Infinite.
screwed.
Infinite would make a great Thanos.
I would actually like to see Mephiles and Infinite together at some point.
Who you got? In Mephiles or Infinite, 1-on-1 right now. Go.
1-on-1,
Yeah,
like fighting each other.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with Infinite on this one, just because of his power set.
Infinite.
There we go. We 3 for 3. I got Infinite. Come on, Axe.
I'd have to think about it.
Come on.
No, because he's using the Phantom Ruby, and supposedly these are all illusions. I don't know. Now thinking about Mephiles and Infinite together makes me think of Naruto Shippuden.
Clever.
Oh yeah, you actually get that comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to say it in case there's anyone who's actually a Naruto fan and doesn't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
So,
I know what you're talking about, but I'm not gonna say it for the general public. I just imagine a scenario in my head.
oh, but you know what? That exact arc of the Naruto series, I was reminded of that arc, or that part of that arc in Sonic Forces. Even though I didn't really like the execution of Forces, I remember that scene where like their whole what were they call themselves? They were just an alliance, right? What did they call themselves in Forces?
Oh my god.
The Resistance?
Knuckles gave it the name too. I forgot.
Well, the point is,
I play Sonic Forces. I don't
point
know.
is they
The
had
Resistance.
yeah, they had their whole resistance, right? And then Infinite showed up with his army. So it did kind of remind me of Infinity War. I mean, not Infinity War, Endgame, and it kind of reminded me of Naruto Shippuden. Um, towards the end of the series, the reference I was making. So I'm like, if Sonic Forces had Mephiles in there in that scene, that would have been so cool. But anyways, that's it. That's what it reminded me of. Even the location reminded me of it, of both the movie and the anime. But yeah, I could kind of see it. As long as they executed it right, that would be so weird to see Infinite or Mephiles or both in the movies together. That's like a 15 years from now kind of plan. I feel like.
Agreed. And you know something, it don't even have to be that long. Like even if Infinite just had its own, like I said, standalone kind of anime or like show, like Netflix kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? I'd be with that because I like Infinite. You know what I'm saying? He was a great addition to the Sonic fan base. I'm interested to see what they do with him going forward. You know, and I'll tell you like this. They might not ever bring him back. You know what I'm saying? But for what he did, you know what I'm saying, I was cool with it.
Miguel says it won't matter, dog. Question: the only thing they're missing is chemical plant. Ice Cap Zone is added in the movie. That's good. Will Supersonic come out this year? I say yes. I say Supersonic. Supersonic is gonna be there. If he's not there, he'll be definitely be there in the third movie. But I think I've switched back to thinking that he will be in Sonic 2. Um, I at this point, now that I know that a Sonic 3 is announced, I think it would have been a little bit better, like more better paced if it was in the third movie, especially if you're going to lead up to Shadow. It would make more sense to introduce Supersonic shortly before Shadow, because then people can be like, oh, Sonic, this alien hedgehog thing can change colors and abilities and stuff, and you see Shadow, then you'll just assume it's Sonic. Um, but I think he'll be in the second movie. I say it like he's a separate character, you know.
I
And
think we're
Sonic
gonna
Show.
get. I think we're gonna get teased of Super in the second movie, like like that clip in the trailers you see of Sonic and Knuckles flying around battling each other with the whole energy around their bodies, that type of thing. I think we're gonna get teased of Supersonic, just like I don't know, like
Oh, maybe like in Sonic X, for the end of the first season, where like he turned super, but briefly.
Mm-hmm.
yes,
More brief than Sonic X, but because it's a movie, but something along those lines. Like we saw that he can turn super, but we won't see much of what he can do until the next movie. I mean, I guess
exactly.
that's possible. So, what do you guys think?
I'm just counting down the days until April 6th when
And
we see when we get the opportunity with some of our folks and everybody out there, the fans, get to see Sonic and AMC. You know, I'm super stoked. You know,
I'm glad that we're seeing it on the 6th too, because that means we have less days to avoid social media. Um, Reminder: in about 1 week, the movie will be released to the world somewhere, and people may leak it. It might not even be in English, but you'll see things, you know. And that, I think, when it comes to Sonic, that's a bigger deal than whatever it is that they're saying. Um, Not that what they're saying has no value, but you see Supersonic, you don't need words. It's like, oh well, he's yellow. Damn it! I only get one of those per show. Dang. Um, yeah, so about a week from now, maybe even sooner, because you never know. Some people find ways to leak things early, like Spider-Man: No Way Home. Like, jeez.
Yeah, those I see those on my YouTube every like get once a day, twice a day, and it's like, oh, for crying out loud, people, just let us be surprised.
And with Spider-Man, it was just crazy, just how much of it was. Well, I guess I won't say anything. I don't know how long I'm gonna go before I'm willing to just say spoiler warning for Spider-Man, because I know it was such a big deal for people, and it just barely came out for people to watch at home. So I'll wait a little bit still.
Yeah, like once DVD and Blu-ray is come out, then I think that's like the all clear for spoilers.
Post Phantom Ruby or pre Phantom Ruby?
I think she was responding to my Infinite versus Mephiles question.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, he becomes infinite when he gets the Phantom Ruby. So that's the thing too, is he's using a Phantom Ruby, and I don't know, like the Phantom Ruby is kind of OP, but I don't know what Mephiles' relationship to fighting the Ruby could be, given what Mephiles is. It's hard to say. I think that Infinite could have the potential to beat Mephiles, but I think Mephiles would win. Only not because of Infinite's powers being weaker, but because Infinite as a person would not be as competent in battle as Mephiles. Mephiles is more manipulative and calculating. Um, I mean, he reigned over the world for like 200 years, went back and tried to do it again because he got bored, basically, and he manipulated everybody. And then you have Infinite, who just wants to prove himself. I guess you could say he's getting revenge, but I don't recall him ever going back and fighting Shadow. He got mad at Shadow. He got mad at Shadow and took it out on Sonic. You didn't think about that, did you?
I mean, I didn't play the game, so I wouldn't exactly know.
Okay. And I'm assuming you're okay with that.
No, yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah. I hope you all having a wonderful day. Thank you, Bloopler. I wonder. I mean, I thought Luis is going to be showing up eventually. I think. You want to? Do you want to start showing some collections, Eli?
Sure. Did anyone else have stuff to share too, or is it just
I
me?
did.
Oh, you have collections sharing.
Just a few
Hate
things.
to cut this conversation short, but my laptop is dying, and I needed to, stay powered up, and it's telling me it's using a lot of energy, and it's getting close to time for me to go on and pack it all in. So
Okay.
I gotta make my departure, but it was great seeing everybody. Hope everybody is excited as I am for the movie, and I'll catch you guys on the other side.
Hey,
see ya.
All right then. So, Gia, what was it that you were going to add, or are you referring to collections?
Collections. I only got like my entire Sonic lineup of video games and like a few trinkets here and there.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. First things first, I got right here is my little Shadow the Hedgehog lamp.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, the whole RGB light setting.
Turn blue. Now who's the faker?
Some of the colors are a bit off. I don't know why, but okay. And where did I put that? Oh, here you are.
Nice.
Like ran off for a second. This is my little devil chow. I named him Alistair.
Oh, I named it.
I mean, if any of you get the reference for that, you know why. And recently I found and
go ahead. Go ahead, Gio.
And then I found one of these Jack-specific little figurines of Super Shadow.
Nice.
I never did like Super Shadow being so yellow.
It's so yellow.
Super Shadow
because when he was introduced, he was kind of like a white beige kind of color.
Like a goldish white.
Yeah, I think it's literally called like white gold or something. I thought it just looked better on him.
And let's see, what do we got here? Is that it? Yep. Okay, and these are all the old school Sonic games that I have collected over the years. All Game Boy to Wii, so no Genesis, sadly. So, first ever Sonic game I've ever bought and beat.
Respect.
Love this game
I
to
like
death.
that.
Love it.
Never played it.
Okay. You're missing out.
I tried to
Okay.
play it once, but then the disc didn't work, and I was like, okay, well,
Then I
I
got
just
gave
never.
up after that.
Yeah, I never got it again.
Nice.
I like. Yeah, make a collection. Sadly,
It's like
I don't
a
have
must
the.
for-
I don't have the other collection, but I do have what we were discussing earlier.
Right.
Nice.
And sadly, this is a work in progress. I'm not exactly good at Sonic games because I just die and die and die.
Well, so does Tails, but he still manages to keep up.
That is true. And then original colors, which
Sweet.
I was so close to beating, so close. Just final level, that final obstacle of trying to run away from black hole, I think. Yeah, that one gets me. Then one of my all-time favorites.
Nice. I mean,
Yes,
that's a
I
lot
like
of people's
Shadow the
favorite.
Hedgehog.
Oh,
Don't question me.
No, I'm not questioning it. Just trust me. I respect people who has Shadow the Hedgehog.
Wait,
as their
we
favorite game.
forgot to mention that would you do we already know the answer to this. I was gonna say, like, what if they do a Shadow the Hedgehog movie and everyone be like, oh yeah, Shadow could have his own movie? No. What if they do a Shadow the Hedgehog movie? Black Doom, guns and swords and lasers, just apocalyptic.
A lot of death,
A lot of cursing, more than we can do on this live stream.
like straight up PG, straight up PG-13 movie. I'd want that.
All right, and last two things on the agenda: Mania and Colors Ultimate.
Sweet.
Oh, you don't have epilepsy, do you?
Of course not. Like, I marathon through so much media that my eyes are completely immune. And that's all I got.
Nice.
For now.
You know, I will say this though. If somebody was playing Sonic Colors for the first time, and then the epileptic visuals start happening, I can only imagine someone taking the opportunity to say, like, well, now I know why it's called Sonic Colors.
That is true.
Golly.
All right,
Well,
so
cool collection though. I like it.
I should show off some stuff that I have. All the stuff that my
Small,
friends sent me.
It's only small, and I collect things that really catch my attention, like like Alistair, my little devil chow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say that I named a Chow Alistair, a Dark Chow, in SA2 once, a long time ago. That's it.
Sweet.
All right, now show us what's in the box, Eli.
No, he's gonna show other stuff first. We're gonna try to stall until Luis shows up.
I just try to get that out of my system first.
Like everyone has to say, "What's in the box?"
Well, we're curious.
So we're stalling. We're gonna be stalling until Luis gets here.
Well, I meant in terms of the box. Like, you have other collections that you usually show before the box, right?
Oh yeah.
See,
I thought you meant like Luis was gonna hop on, but not yet.
Oh yeah, I don't. I'm seeing about that. He said he was gonna top on, but not yet.
Gotcha. Well, I guess yeah. Let me show some other stuff. I mean, I got a lot of new stuff. It's too much to actually go through each of them, but let me reveal my stuff here. My camera. Oh, wrong camera. not OBS. This one? Yeah, there we go. There we go.
There
Hello.
we go.
There we go. Yeah, this is my stuff here. Yeah. So let's see. I mean, if you see something you want to look, you can just call it out, and I'll get it. That's happened a few times on this show. But I can just go through some stuff. Let's see. So going along with what you showed, Gio, that those Sonic figures, which I assume you got at Walmart because I get mine from Walmart.
Yeah, right out of the checkout aisles.
Yeah. So I went ahead and like impulsively bought like a whole display thing of it, and got like different figures as well. So like here you see Super Sonic and regular Sonic. We got Metal Sonic. Got Shadow. We have if you come out of here, Tails. We have Knuckles. 2 Motobugs. 2 Silvers. 2 more Metal Sonics and 2 Chows.
I wonder what people are going to beg you for, the Silvers or the Chows.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good
He's got
question.
like 2 of everything.
Yeah, pretty much. And then not only that, I have another Shadow actually. They're right here. Another Tails. Classic Sonic. Forgot to add him. And interesting enough. So my mom recently took a trip to Salt Lake City and found me these 2, which, like you had, Gio, like this one was the one that you have, right?
Correct.
But what I noticed is that these have white, while the ones that come at my Walmarts are blue, like on the top. It's a different packaging. So I guess I don't know if it's 30th anniversary, but then they came out with these with a white top. But yeah, my mom found me Knuckles and Super Shadow to go along with my collection.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's see. Besides that, I got a lot of Sonic movie merch.
Of course.
I got this is actually the plush from the first Sonic movie. But then, of course, I have all the other ones. Got Knuckles, got Sonic and Tails here. And poor Knuckles, the plushes, I would say they're not that great because you see Knuckles, his face, it kind of looks like he ate a sour candy and he's just puckering up right there.
I think it's not just one sour candy. I think it's like 5.
Yeah. But yeah, so I got those. An interesting thing that is sold at Walmart, or at least I got this online, is these figures here. A Sonic and Knuckles, regular figures. And interesting enough, this opens up to...
Oh, that is cool.
You see in both of them. Yeah. And you can get this
do they got like
online.
A magnet in the box?
What was that?
Do they got like a magnet in the box to stick together?
Yeah. It's down here. But yeah, they just connect like that, so you can pull them apart like that, and it's just cool. Like they didn't have to do this; they could have just left it as a rectangle package, but they went above and beyond with this. I mean, just that little addition is awesome.
Yeah, definitely gets bonus points.
Let's see. Of course, Sonic and Knuckles for the Sega Genesis. Gotta love that. Let's see. Omega. Gotta love him too. Jack Specific.
Yeah. Always gotta love the Omega.
Mm-hmm. A Shadow. Since we're speaking about Shadow, him and his motorcycle. Out here. And it was
a part with that, hypothetically speaking.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, toy by I don't know. I never know how to say that. Nikok or Ni. It's Nikok, whatever company that is, the name of it. But yeah, that's who made this. Pretty cool though. Pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Let's see, what else do I have here? Of course, the Knuckles, the original line, and then of course the new one that they came out with recently for Target Con.
All we're missing is a certain other Knuckles, and you can have the trifecta.
Yep. Let's see. I have this box display for plushes, even though I don't actually have any plushes from Walmart. But I mean, I just got like some random plushes. I got Sonic here, got Amy, Boom Amy with the big head, and Boom Knuckles with a big head.
I have that one, I think.
I also saw a Shadow in there.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I got Shadow with his emoji face there, or like emoji head. Yeah.
What do you guys think Amy's gonna look like in the movie if they show her?
I don't know. I feel like kind of just make her look like Sonic, and I mean, I hope they don't do that. Like just copy paste and recolor it pink. But
like what they do with the classic Amy.
Pretty much, yeah.
Maybe kind of like a mix of Boom Amy with regular Amy, kind of like a perfect blend of the two.
They look the same though. Are you talking about like their clothes?
Well, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. If they just went with the
I just have random thoughts going in and out of my head.
Yeah, if they go with like the green shirt, yellow skirt, or pink skirt, I forget exactly what it was, but I don't know. I feel like that's just too. I feel like they would update her.
It's outdated, yeah.
Yeah. They'd either just stick with her, classic or regular dress, or they do something like Sonic Boom, or just change it up a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what if they redesign her a little bit, like her hair?
I mean, that I wouldn't be opposed to that too.
They could do her hair like the current Amy, where it's down, like her hair's down like Knuckles' dreads, but then like in the back have them just kind of like lift up a little bit to imply that she has like spikes and quills and whatever.
Yeah.
Like just not as high as like Sonic's hair.
Mm-hmm. I'm down for that.
Make them wavy. I don't know.
Yeah. It's a good question. Which, again, going back to movie 3, if they introduce Metal Sonic, I figure they might as well put Amy in there. Subtly introduce 2 characters, as they're doing with this movie upcoming with Tails and Knuckles.
She might wear pants too.
Mm-hmm. You can see that, or like shorts, or like something.
Yeah.
Something like that. All right.
Sorry for the sidetrack.
No.
I just thought of it. I'm like, we didn't really talk about Amy. We were talking about Metal Sonic and Shadow.
I know. I don't care about his Metal
No one cares.
Well, are you ready to see the mystery box? Or you want me to go through a few more things?
It's up to you. Luis said he's not able to join, but he said he wants to watch the opening of the box still.
Okay.
So I was like, go ahead and do the mystery box.
All right. Well, then mystery box it is. Box number 8.
Yay.
So you viewers, you still get to see it. Look at that thing.
Yep.
In the mystery
Holy shnikes.
In the mystery box, does that say infinite on there? I'm just kidding.
No.
No. So for the mystery box, it has multiple things in it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you don't know what's inside.
No. Now I will say I do glance because going back to the person I bought it from, they gave me a whole spreadsheet of everything that is in each box, and pretty much in quantities. So like. Before each showing, I will glance over just to make sure it's something that I can just simply pull out. Because like I had one box where it was a lot of pixel art, and of course, I can't just pick each one of them up and just show it because there was a lot of pixel art that I got in that box. But like I took pictures of it, so I just gloss over it, but I don't really look at what's actually in there. So yeah, all of it's pretty much still a mystery to me. And again, from when I first bought this back last last August, that's a long time, so I definitely forgot everything that I got in these boxes. So yeah, that's why they're implied mystery boxes, because I don't know what's in them.
It's a mystery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids and that hog.
That meddling hedgehog.
You think Robotnik will ever say I hate that hedgehog in the movies?
I hope he does.
Yeah, somewhere down the line.
And hopefully, like, he gets really mad and like mumbles words and he just blathers out Bingus or Pingus.
Oh no, he would probably just say the actual line, like snooping as usual. I see.
Yeah.
Snooping as usual. I see.
Snooping.
Well, it's Jim Carrey, so I wouldn't put it past him.
He would say. I feel like he would just say that so well. He would do it.
Indeed.
He wouldn't even get the reference, but he would say it.
Yeah. All right. So box is open. Tissue paper off. And now let us see what is empty. So obviously, like the box said on top, a lot of plushies. As you can see here, there's a lot of plushies in here.
It's the plush apocalypse.
This has been like the third box in a row, I think, of just plushies, which they're not all plushies. I will tell you that. Not all of the boxes are plushies, but I mean, we have to go through all of them with the plushies. So, got little Tommy Knuckles here. Obviously you have the big Tommy Knuckles. I can't really point right here, but
I
this
see
is
it.
a little small.
Yeah, I see him.
Yeah. Let's see. Put him right there. A few packaged. This one's Shadow, the Shadow plushie. Same thing. You can see him up here. But I got him. I got two of them. I got two that are in wraps or in plastic.
They're gonna fight each other and be like, "No, you're the faker."
It's Among Us Shadow Edition.
They did that in Shadow the Hedgehog too. the 2-player mode.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they did.
Let's see.
Let's
All
see
right, so
which one of us is the fake.
Two more Knuckles for your Ann Knuckles fans. Plenty of Knuckles to go around. Okay. Let's see. You got some Chows.
Chow.
Chow, 1 Chow, 2 Chow, and 3 Chow. Just because. The person I bought this from obviously love their duplicates of certain items. Let's
1
see.
Chow, 2 Chow, red Chow, blue.
And you can
Chow.
never have enough chows.
Chow.
You really can't. All right, so let's see. We got another Tommy Knuckles, but he looks a bit angrier, as you can see.
Oh, he looks kind of like movie Knuckles.
He kind of does, huh? Yeah, I like that.
A little bit.
I like that. Movie Knuckles is probably going to be the only one to get like a plush that looks exactly like just any other Knuckles plush.
Yeah, now a lot better than the movie plush that they just came out because.
Oh, that's actually a movie plush.
Yeah.
See, I wouldn't be able to tell. Wait, raise it up a little. Let me see the shoes. Yeah, I can't tell. It just looks like Knuckles.
Mm-hmm.
Except the ones that like an inch taller.
They even did the number of dreadlocks right. Because Sonic, they gave him an extra spike or whatever in his hair,
mm-hmm.
and from the games, which I don't know why. You barely even see that it's there. They could have saved themselves the money and just not had that there, but that's fine. It's not as bad as that first design.
Okay, we're getting some bigger stuff now. So I think this was in another one, but another Amy plush, a pretty
squash,
kind of wide. uh,
Is that because of the box, or is she just like that?
No, she's just like that. Like, you know.
Oh
like,
no.
Pretty much. She's just like that. And I've seen these before, and I don't know why. It's just they made her quill cushion just a little too much. But honestly, I mean, it's a really decent plush. You know, even just
thick where it
giving
counts.
the hands some work there. You know, instead of just being a nub.
Oh, that is true. She's got fingers.
Yeah. And let's see. So of course with the tags, which let's see who made these. Oh, that's awesome. So even the tags. So Sega Prize Europe, but even the tags, it has her picture and bio. Like you can't really see it there, but it gives her name, her height, weight, age, and a bio in this tag alone. Wow,
Does
that
it
is
include
awesome.
her hobbies too?
Well, you know what? Let me just glance over it. Female Hedgehog regards herself as Sonic's girlfriend, a very bubbly girl. Amy is instantly chasing Sonic, but she seems to be more in love with love itself. Amy is cheerful spirit, catching, and she springs into action with great determination. In a pinch, Amy's skills with her Pico Pico hammer are enough to put anyone to shame, but her single-minded persistence even has Sonic cringing.
Okay.
So that's a yes.
You have to admire one thing though. She apparently loves the chase, and she decided to chase after the one guy who can't be caught. So
the irony,
the
irony.
So you gotta admire her tenacity to not stop.
I'm surprised she's not jealous of Tails. Not in a romantic way, but like in the sense that Tails also chased after Sonic and was like, "Well, I can keep up just fine." Yeah. He cheats, but whatever works. Yeah,
Tails.
Oh, I don't think they'll do it, but it would be really cool to see Tails. Like I've always really liked this about Tails, and I don't really think anyone ever pays attention to it. But Tails doesn't run. He does that pose that Supersonic does, and then just uses his tails to propel him forward. And they do that like in Sonic Adventure. And I don't know. I just always thought it looked really cool, and I'm like, I really miss seeing that. It'd be kind of cool to see that in the movie, like just kind of leaning forward and you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He does that in the classic games when you go run fast.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I like it, and I wish we saw more of him doing that.
Me too.
In the movie, you think when he spins into a ball, you think his tails are just gonna stick out like in the games?
I kind of hope so because I don't know. That just seems like not only kind of cute, but just I don't know. That felt like an iconic thing rather than just because where are the tails gonna go? He can't really tuck them anywhere, can he?
I mean, they could spin around with him, but the other thing is that it kind of breaks the laws of physics that they can stay still while his body's spinning. But who cares? He breaks the laws of physics by spinning them while his body's staying still. Mm-hmm. So it's just the reverse of that, right?
That is true.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's how Tails does it. See, Sonic and Knuckles, they're spiny animals that already roll into balls. It makes sense. Tails is a fox. Why the heck is he rolling into a ball? He's like, well, I can spin my tails while keeping my body still, and I just figured, what if I do the reverse? Keep my tail still and spin my body around. Just I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely need to probably explain, or I mean, that's another thing they don't have to explain is how do they spin that? How do they go up in a ball and go really fast?
They're very gutsy for including Tails in a live-action film.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Just don't ask.
Don't ask. And you know what? Speaking of Tails,
that's what I usually do. It's just like, don't ask. It's a fantasy. Just roll with it.
Yeah, just roll with it. Boom. But yeah.
Shake, shake, shake.
Speak of the devil.
Shake. So another Sega Prize Europe plush. Same thing, has a tag with info and bio. His tails are just a little bit wrinkly, but odd thing is I don't see many plushes having two separate tails. Like when you see plushes, it's usually just one tail that splits into two. So say like take the
Or the
movie
two just stuck together.
plush.
Oh yeah.
You know, the recent movie plush that they came out with, it's just and most of them that I've seen are just one little attachment that splits into two. But with Sega Prize, they're like, no, let's put two tails on there, like literally.
Yeah, maybe because it's hard to to construct two tails like that without worrying about it falling apart or something.
Yeah, that's true.
Have you had that issue with any of your plushies, like wear and tear?
No, not so far. I mean, the only one that I know that has a problem is see, I don't know where he went, but I have a little Tails plush where it's just like the hair is kind of like matted, you know, like how sometimes like a
carpet.
Yeah, pretty much. Like the only example I could give is like, you know, Barbie dolls when you just comb their hair too much, or like, you know, like it just becomes like fuzz.
Yeah.
One of the Caltoy Tails plush I have.
Analogy, and weird that I know what you're talking about.
I mean, we've all. I mean,
yeah.
as kids, you know.
No.
It's sure whoever has a doll and it's all like it's all used and just, you know, whatever, you know.
No, it was more of the fact that it's just like that's a memory I forgot that I had.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah. It's like just
not necessarily like we had Barbie toys or anything, but you know,
come on, Barbie was a childhood hero.
You know, yeah.
No, anyway.
Okay.
How do you deal with dust, by the way?
So dust, I mean, I have some dust. Like to be honest, like my room doesn't get too dusty at all. So, I have like, you know, so like my my arcade machine here in the corner, I have a bunch of plushies on there, and I never really see dust. And if there is any, it's very faint, and some of it I can actually just able to clean off. So at least here I don't deal with dust much, but I can't imagine just a whole bunch of dust or dirt getting on a plush and having to clean it because it might ruin the plush.
Yeah, I always wonder like how do people deal with that, and the fact that you don't get dust is like, well, that's crazy. How? But
yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah, there's some dust, but just not enough to really make a difference, or one, you know, something I can just easily
not like built up dust.
Yeah, definitely not. Yeah, so yeah, we got tails. So whoop-de-doo. And going on with the Sega Prize toys, got our boy Knuckles.
Hooray!
With a very long snout and very stubby arms. But an interesting thing is that you see, they literally took the Lego block. They took the Lego blocks
on there?
Like they took it pretty literally when they thought, oh yeah, those are just Lego blocks on his shoes. Let's do that.
So wait, I'm confused. Is it like an actual Lego with like a cloth around it?
No. There's actual stuff in here. You know, it's not just it's part of the actual plush.
Oh, I thought it was like they put like a real Lego on a shoe and then like put fluff around it and then that
would have been an interesting feature.
Like if you squeeze it, you can actually feel Lego inside of there or something.
Oh no. Yeah, I could squish
it down. You can actually
and
build around the shoe.
Yeah.
That's how he makes his armor. So okay, you were saying something about his stubby arms and his long snout. At the very least, he's more faithful to an actual echidna.
Yeah.
As a Sonic fan growing up, I took pride in actually knowing what an echidna was, because no one in my entire life knew what an echidna was except other Sonic fans.
Mm-hmm.
I had biology teachers telling me that mammals don't lay eggs. I'm like, actually, what about the echidna and the platypus? I'm like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Well, yeah, maybe that's what they were going for with the long snout.
And the stubby arms.
Yep. All right, so of course now we got Sonic.
This is Sonic X. Oh, it's a no. Never mind.
Yeah, this is another Sega Prize plush, but honestly, a really nice Sonic. Like, you see some Sonic plushes, but this is actually not bad. I mean, again, like
hair.
yeah, the quills actually like are really great.
They
It
actually
looks like they put modern Sonic over a classic Sonic body.
It looks to me like a Sonic Adventure Sonic because of the hair in the back.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah,
because modern Sonic, his hair is just straight back and it's all floppy.
Mm-hmm. This one's pretty. Yeah, no, yeah, I get what you're saying. Of course, he has his feet here. Now, interesting thing is that all these plushies at the bottom on their feet, there's actually like I guess a piece of cardboard or something that they kind of shaped to their feet because it's like I don't know if you can hear that, but
yeah,
it's there's hardness there on their feet. So I guess to just imitate actual feet.
So they can put cardboard in, but not an actual Lego block.
I mean, yeah.
That makes no sense to me.
Well, you can get cardboard for free. The Legos, you gotta buy them. It's owned by another toy company.
Okay, yeah, that is true.
Okay. I just saw some other stuff in there. But okay, to finish off the Sega Prize Europe line, got Shadow.
Why do I like the Shadow so much?
I don't know.
I think it's
why is his chest fur so tiny?
There's something about his color scheme. He kind of makes me think of Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. But yeah, his chest is a little lacking there.
Well, it is tiny in Sonic Adventure 2 though. It gets big in Sonic X. They make it like he's a freaking lion.
Yeah. Which the Sega Prize Europe, if I'm not mistaken, these came out around the time of Sonic X or Sonic Adventure. Let's see if there is a year on here. Nope, I do not see a year. But as far as I know, yeah, they did come out around that time. But pretty well done, Shadow. Even his little ring inhibitors here, they kind of put some detail on those.
His shoes look a little funny though, on the bottom.
Yeah, the thrusters are kind of sticking out.
And there's only like on the tips.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't have anything in the back.
Yeah, that looks counterproductive, honestly.
Yeah.
He's trying to hover skate and then he just sends them backwards.
Yeah.
Or better yet, they're the emergency brakes.
Now we got Joypolis. I think that's how you say it. Joypolis Sonic plush. So a different line, but a pretty good, Sonic plush. He's maybe a little chubby, as you can see there.
Mm-hmm.
A little chubby, but
he looks kind of like he belongs with that the thick Amy.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but yeah, nice Sonic. And now to continue the Sonic, another Joypolis plush, but this one he has a board, basically like a Hawaii theme Sonic, because you see here on his neck he has little little flowers there. I forgot what you call them, but
the flower necklace.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
though this plush is kind of ironic.
Yeah, well, it could be a. Oh no, you're right. I would say it could have been a snowboard, but then the flower necklace tells you otherwise.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
To be fair, in the games, he's not afraid of the water. He just doesn't swim.
Let's see here. The Joypless Tails.
Huh.
So there's that.
Nice.
It looks like he's seen some things.
Yeah, he's like, good lord, man, what have I got stories to tell you?
Let's see. And to finish it off, let's see here. Let's see. Have some little figures here. So these, we've seen these before. I've had like ones in packaging, but yeah.
Robots?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're I think it was Kedrobot, I believe. I could be wrong. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't tell me anything there, but yeah, so it's just like a block, but with a Sonic head and some arms, obviously to imitate Roblox, pretty much. But
Kind of like we did with the Lego Sonic.
yeah, you got a Tails one, of course, with this 2 spinning tails, and then these figures. They're really small. You can't really see them, but there's one of Tails, one of Sonic, Amy, and Eggman. Now these are little different because they have long limbs. As you can see,
It's a little
Good
creepy.
lord.
yeah,
It's like they put Tails on a taffy stretcher.
Yeah. Let's see, Sonic, same way. It's a bit longer limbs, so he looks like, yeah, it's different from what we're used to.
Oh lord.
Oh my.
You got Amy as well. Can't really see it, but the thing is too is all these are articulate, so like you can move her arm like that and leave it, so even the legs you can bend them and then straight.
Funny enough, I buy Amy as the only normal one in this set.
Oh, because she's got the dress on.
Now, how about Robotnik? How about Eggman?
Yeah.
No, he's fine. He's fine. I think he's actually kind of funny that the only thing that's weird about that Eggman is his head.
Yeah, because it's flat. Or no, it's not really flat, but
it looks like a Sonic fan animation Eggman.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so that's it for the box. Got all that cool stuff.
Good stuff.
Yep.
Lots of good stuff.
Mm-hmm. And still got 30 more to go plus some.
Yeah, because more comes after that, right?
The boxes, yeah. Yep. I have.
They just keep coming, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
There's always another box.
So, did you start getting these boxes because of the Hedgehog Zone, or were you already getting them and you just decided the Hedgehog Zone is a good place to open them?
Oh no, the Hedgehog Zone is a good place to open them because I've got these last August, and this was just kind of like on a whim because I saw someone selling their collection and I went out to get them. So
all these boxes are one person's collection?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow. See, so then you tell Luis, like, Luis, you have to have me back on the show. How am I going to see the rest of my stuff?
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And and I've told the story plenty of times before, but yeah, I mean that's basically how it went. Is that I got the whole collection, and there happens to be this many boxes, and since then I haven't opened them up, and now it's just revealing them one by one, and it helps me actually go through them and see what's in there and what can I actually display in my room versus what can I put back. And yeah, it's just kind of a cool thing going on with these mystery boxes.
Right. Well, cool. So I guess that wraps up our Eli's collection section for this week's live stream.
Mm-hmm.
How you feeling, Eli? Feeling good about today's collection?
I am. Yeah, especially those Sega Prize Europe plushes. Those are rare.
See, the thing is this is a surprise to you for the most part because you're just barely opening the box, and you know exactly what all of those are. And I'm just like, well, there's Sonic and there's more Sonic and Knuckles and Tails, and I don't know anything about who does what. I've heard some names like Joypolis and Jack Specific, and I'm like, but I don't know the history behind it like you do, or Luis or Houston.
Well, see, and even me, like I'm not too keen on like the history, like what years they came out of. But I've ever since I started collecting, I've seen a lot of different stuff on, say, eBay, Mercari, Facebook groups, etc.
You're experienced. That's why
I've been able to see like stuff that is pretty high dollar, stuff that's rare, stuff that you can't find.
Well, wisdom comes from experience, and I guess that's why they call you a wise guy.
There you go. Yep.
Among other things.
And I think it's because of you and people like TN and stuff that I even have the few things that I have. I have like 1/90th of everything that you have, but because I didn't really grow up getting. I'm being kind of serious. Like that one shelf over there, I'm like, well, one of those shelves is probably like the majority of what I have in terms of merchandise. But I didn't grow up really getting merchandise. I just played the games. I think I had a Sonic and Knuckles plush from like Sonic Underground when I was little as a Christmas present, and then promptly lost them and was heartbroken, and then ended up buying my own plushes after I graduated high school. Like finally, I have plushes of Sonic. I don't care that I'm an adult now. It's like, and so after that, that was all I had for a while too. And then my friend started watching the live streams and seeing all these collections and getting interested in it, but he wasn't interested really in having them for himself, I guess. So he would like just buy certain things and then just send it to me, and then the rest of TG is like actually this guy's like his own sugar daddy over here, and I'm just like, and then he told me he's like, I actually prefer the title Bling Daddy. And that was after he sent me the Sonic no, first he sent me Sonic, I think just Sonic, the King Ice necklace.
Yeah.
And and then later he sent me like Tails, Knuckles, and Shadow together. So I'm like, oh, I have all four of them. I don't have like the super expensive one, but I have like the I wouldn't want him to do that anyways and be like, well, isn't that thing like $1,000 or something with the real gold? But the point is I have them, and I'm like, well, see, I never thought I was even gonna get that. Get me some Funko Pops, and I was thinking, I should show them off once in a while or at some point. Now that I actually have things, and that would be kind of cool. I actually have, like, this will be the first time I go to a movie actually wearing something related to the movie. I have like a Sonic hat. I could wear the King Ice necklace, and I have like a Sonic blanket from Comic-Con, and it's weird. For me, this is a new world for me. The whole collections thing.
Oh, funny thing, it is new for me too. Again, like my story I've told in previous shows, but I only started collecting in 2020.
After the Sonic movie, right?
No, actually before.
Right before.
Uh-huh.
So
yeah.
you just worked your way through it really quickly.
Pretty much, yeah. Because the collecting was never a thought in my mind when growing up. All I ever had was my Kyle Toy Sonic from when I was a kid, and then from there, I'd have a few games, and the thing is, like, I never really kept up with Sonic because with my me living with, or when I was living with my mom, we grew up poor, so I was never able to keep an updated with the game system. So like when I got a Nintendo, the original NES, the PlayStation 1 already came out. When I got a Sega Genesis, the PS2 was out, and it was just kind of like that. And you know, uh, I stopped at the PlayStation 2, just because I'm really an only child, and growing up I didn't have many friends, so like I wasn't able to really enjoy games with anyone else. So like on my own, I just kind of stopped playing games in general. But it was only until recently, again, like first month of 2020, where I just thought back on the little stuff I did have of Sonic, and and that was always my favorite game growing up. And um, the other thing too is like when I graduated from college and I got just right into a full time job, I had some extra income coming in, so I was just like, well, um, I love Sonic. There's something cool that uh, I see on eBay from Sonic that I was just never was able to buy because being poor. But then the other thing is like, finally now I have money. Like, hey, I want to buy some stuff. So um, for me, it's just like something I should have been doing growing up. Like I wish I would have collected growing up, and for me, it's just now I'm just catching up on a lot of stuff that I should have been doing uh, with my childhood and growing up. So
So it's kind of like what I was saying, just on a bigger scale. Just like one of those things where it's like it's something you would have liked to have experienced in your childhood. So you're kind of making up for it by just going ahead and doing it now.
mhm.
And that's fair enough. I wonder how much it's changed your lifestyle at all, if anything.
I mean,
Um,
it's changing pretty much. I mean, like I wouldn't say my life revolves around my collection, but
right,
obviously
right.
my whole room is my collection. So you know,
And
um,
also, in the long run, if for some reason you ever like decided to sell it, like say like you've had it for a while, and I'm trying to think of a scenario where someone would actually sell their stuff though. I mean, the only thing I could think of is like if for some reason you started like a family and
mhm.
you didn't have room for all of this and you needed to pay for stuff, or like if you're getting really old or something and you want to like pass it down to like your grandkids or something and be like, here you go, you have this, and if you want to sell it, there you go, you got like $12,000 right here.
Mhm. Yeah. Um,
or maybe more.
Yep, maybe more probably.
no, yeah, I'd say a lot more.
Especially by the if you wait until you got old, then it'd be like this is more like $12 million.
Or
I
better
wouldn't
yet,
go.
$12 billion.
There you go. Oh goodness, I love that reference. By the way,
Thank you.
um, but yeah, so like and actually the person that I bought this from, they had their reason for having to get rid of their collection. It wasn't anything financial. I won't explain it just due to personal reasons for them. So, um, but I mean, there's a good reason for them getting rid of their collection. And their big thing is that they wanted it to go to someone who would appreciate it, which
And
you
that
know.
makes sense. So then they can. So it's one of those things where it's like that way. If they're giving up their collection, it's not going to waste. They've had their experiences with it. They're giving it to someone else who will take care of it.
Mhm,
Because this is the thing is you can't like at the end of life, you can't take anything with you. So it makes sense that at some point it's nice to be able to just pass it on to someone.
mhm. Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
So because that's what I didn't think about that until today too. I'm like, well, what does a collector do with their collections when they can't, for whatever reason, when they can't have it anymore, or because it's one of those nothing gold can stay kind of moments.
Yeah.
I'm getting sappy just
Mhm.
thinking about it.
Hmm. Which I'm sure with any type of collector, not just Sonic, but any type of collecting, you'll have I'd say there's probably two different people. One type of collector who collects it all and then wants to sell it for the highest dollar at the end, or two, one like the person that I bought it from, where they want some money out of it, but the biggest thing is that they want someone to cherish it just like they cherished what they had.
It's basically a shrine to Sonic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, remember when you start a collection, if you buy someone's collection, or if you sell a collection, make sure to respect the Sonic merchandise religion.
Yep.
All right, so I think that's it for today, right?
I think so. I mean, I don't have another mystery box with me.
Not today. That's fine. We're done for today. Save it for next time. You got plenty of shows ahead of you. That being said, okay. So then, hi, Gio.
Hello.
Oh, well, I guess this doesn't make any sense anymore. Let me get rid of it. Yeah. Okay.
Geo collection section.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that big a collection. Like, I'm very picky with what I collect.
So I think you guys know what this is. This is a final ring kind of moment. Gio, you've watched all of our live shows, so you know how this goes. Any thing you want to say before we finish the episode?
Yeah, thanks for having me on here. I'm extremely stoked for all the Sonic movies coming out in the future and the Knuckles series. I can't believe I'm saying this, praying it does good. If Houston's watching, I know he's going to hold that against me. I just know it.
Oh, that's right. You and Houston have that Knuckles feud going on.
A little bit. I'm pro-Ugandan. He's anti-Ugandan.
Oh, I don't know how you can be a Knuckles fan and not like Uganda Knuckles.
I mean, granted, I used to not like him either because, well, you just can't get rid of him.
But it's so wholesome and funny.
I know, that's the problem.
It sounds like a you problem.
I know. A lot of things are a me problem.
Well, it was. But, okay, well, go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted your final ring. Here's your final ring. Go ahead. Go.
That's all I got. Thanks for having me on, guys. It was really fun.
All right. You're welcome. And back to you, Gio. What's your final ring?
My own parents mistaking me and my own brother.
What's your final ring, Gio? Go ahead, go.
All right. Well, thanks for having me on. I'm glad I could make today's show because I haven't been able to make a few of them when Luis has asked or even you ask. And hopefully it won't be that long until I can come on to another one. Definitely for weekend ones, it's just been a lot of work, but thanks for having me on. Follow me on Twitter, Wise Guy Eli. I try to post as much pictures as I can. I've been busy. YouTube channel, same thing. Subscribe. Watch me do some dubs. I do Sonic voices, at least I try. But yeah, so I mean, it's pretty much all I got, and all hail Uganda. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All hail Uganda.
I'm telling you, it's not a Hedgehog Zone live show without showing the best part of the show here, which is Uganda.
And I'm sure Uganda Knuckles.
It's just not the Hedgehog Zone live without some mention of Uganda Knuckles.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's great that he graces us with his presence once in a while too, personally.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So funny. But even more funny when Houston is here to to
And he
interact
makes
with.
so many meme faces of like, no, why I got that?
And you gotta know because it's probably like, yes, brother, join me in the meme world. All right. Well, um, yes, I think that we did a very fantastic, successful, dynamic live stream today. It's almost hard to remember that we were even talking about this, the future of the Sonic movies earlier. It's like, is it even the same day? Wow.
So long ago.
It was so long ago. So much
It
has
was
happened since
83
then.
years ago.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching our live stream for today, and all the people who came in and came out. Don't forget to press the like button, please. Maybe I'm starting to consider asking about that more because that way maybe it will help with like the algorithm and so that more people can see it, and when more people see it, we get more feedback. More feedback means we can figure out how to progress our channel in ways that are even more entertaining, like more things that we can do, or the way we structure ourselves. And for those of you, especially like you, Gio, who are loyal to watching us so far, despite the fact that we are obviously like a small Sonic YouTube thing at the moment, it's very much appreciated. So you say thank you for having you on, and I say thank you for being here. So, and that's all I got to say for today. So, with that being said, good night, everybody. See you next time.
Adios.
Bye-bye.